Assalamu alaikum everybody. So today, instead of sharing with you another recipe, I have decided to share with you my experience at a restaurant that I have been to recently. The name of the restaurant is Hot World Cuisine, and it is a buffet located in Glasgow, Scotland. For my first round, I decided to get some chicken thighs. I think this was chicken tandoori. However, I could not tell since a defining flavor that resembled the original chicken tandoori flavor, if you know what I mean. In this next shot, as you can see, they've got a selection of salads and vegetable-based items. Then I decided to get some chicken shawarma. I'm not going to lie, it was quite dry and a bit too salty for me. Then we move on to the naan bread, which in my opinion was alright, however it was a bit chewy. Then we move on to some roasted beef, or at least that is how they labeled it. To me it just tasted like some stewed beef which didn't even have a crust. So it shows that they didn't bother developing a crust prior to stewing the meat. Then we move on to some grilled lamb chops, which were surprisingly quite nice. I think the meat was well cooked and the flavor was fine. I think this was my favorite item by far. Now here they have a selection of sauces and some miscellaneous items. You can see some kimchi in the back and then some sushi, or at least their version or representation, with a little bit of soy sauce and some other fruits. I personally didn't bother too much with this section and I just moved on. Here's a shot of what my plate looked like, along with some other items that I've got on other plates. Also, they had some slushies. Again, I didn't get any, since to me it doesn't make sense having a slushie after dinner. And finally, we have the dessert section. As you can see, they've got some Asian desserts, especially from Indian or Indo-Pakistani desserts. Then they got a selection of cakes sliced into cubes and puddings. The item that caught my eye, and I think it was just there for show, it is this chocolate tower, or better, fountain, from which you can get, chocolate. I guess, again, I didn't bother myself with this. Here you see me taking some chocolate pudding, which was alright. I think the consistency was not too thick or too thin. However, I think it was a bit too sweet. Finally, here I'm getting some dessert. As you can see, I've grabbed a couple of mini donuts and a small cake, of which I did not know the name, since there wasn't any label for it. So yeah, so this is it from me. Well done. Allah Hafiz.